Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to try and recreate some of the twists that are worn by Maria from Assassin's Creed. What I'm showing you guys is totally inspired, and that is because the character wears a hood for most of the film. There's only really one scene where she takes it down, and it was really hard to sort of figure out what was going on at the back of her head. I have looked at a few little behind the scenes clips and I've kind of put something together. I really don't know if it's screen accurate or not, but I do hope you guys like the video anyway. I started my hair project by putting in some hairspray and brushing it all the way through. Sometimes this helps to take down some of my unruly flyaways, and after that I just straightened out my center parting. Once this was all in place, I made two horizontal sections along either side of my head and clipped back the hair behind so it wouldn't interfere. Basically, this is just a headband divide, and you really want to make sure that it's even all the way across, because if it isn't, the whole thing will appear off balance later. There are 8 twists, 4 on either side of the center parting. Here I'm starting on the left, and in this demo I'm using a little bit of Aveda's Brilliant Anti-Humectant Pomade. Normally this stuff is a bit too heavy for me, however I thought that in this style it might work, and I was right. Once my fingertips were coated, I began at the hairline by twisting the hair towards the part, and I kept adding what was left as I went along. And once I hit the back of the headband, I just tied it with a clear elastic and moved on to the next section. I'm on the right now, and I'm making the first of my 4 lines on this side, still using the pomade and still twisting the hair towards that initial center parting. In fact, that's a repetitive theme during this whole first half of styling. All the twists on the right are made counterclockwise, and the ones on the left are all done clockwise. This ensures that they're all moving towards the center of my head. And I'm going to fast forward a bit because I think you get the picture. This isn't hard at all, it just took me about 10 minutes to do. It didn't seem like the character was wearing the same kind of hair beads as, let's say, the girls on Vikings. Maria's seemed to be flat pieces that were about 1 inch wide, so here I have a pair of scissors, some gray ribbon, and a few strips of double-sided tape. All the elastics have to be covered, and to do this, I've cut pieces of the ribbon that are about 3 inches long, and I put a piece of tape on the end. I then wrapped it all the way around the ponytail and used the stickiness of the tape to keep it in place. This too isn't difficult, but it's definitely tedious and takes a minute to create. Again, I'm going to fast forward, but from here on in, any and all elastics in this style will have a ribbon covering. In the next step, I separated out the first 2 twists I made, the ones along the center parting, and used some more of the pomade to roll them all the way to the ends. The product didn't keep them from unraveling, unfortunately, but it did add in some weight to those sections, and that was definitely helpful in terms of giving the hair that dirty, lived-in battle look. These 2 pieces were then tied together at the crown of the head, and that new elastic is given a ribbon. The following twists, the second ones from the top on either side, are managed in a similar way. They get tied together too at the back of the head on top of the first 2 conjoined hair rolls, and they too get a ribbon. This is where it might feel a bit confusing, so bear with me. I've got 2 new ponytails in the middle of the back of my head. Both are divided into 2 below the ribbon, and that means there's a half from each on both the right and left sides. Here, I'm using the 2 halves from the left side of the ponies to make a gentle rope twist, and then when that's finished, I'll go ahead and do the same with the 2 on the right. I truly hope that makes sense. In a way, this reminds me a lot of those medieval hair veil styles, with portions of hair splitting off into new groups. The third ponytails down are the ones that get draped across the head. Once again, I used some of the product and rolled the hair all the way to the bottom, only this time I put small elastics on the ends. Obviously, these aren't going to hold my hair in that shape, they're just there to keep my ends together, and that makes it easy for the next step here. I thought I could manage this with the ribbon still on, but I wasn't able to, so I took it off just at those points. Here I'm on the third one down on my right. Very carefully I lifted the elastic to the corresponding section on the left, and I tucked the ends of that piece from the right into it. It was the same for the other side too. I lifted the elastic on the left with my fingertips, dropped the piece from the right, and popped the ends of it under that elastic. Once they were in the places I wanted, I rewrapped my gray ribbon around the elastics. The 4th ponytails in the tier were the easiest. They're simply tied to the ends of each of my rope twists and then given their own ribbon coverings. I'm definitely not a makeup artist, but I thought it might be fun to try and copy those little face tattoos the character wears. Again, not at all screen accurate, just as close as my amateurish skills can get. Also, I'm not really sure how to explain this. I guess I can say that I used a combination of the black liquid liner and a regular pencil to make the design on my forehead and chin. And the eyes are pretty simple too. I lined them really heavily and just extended that bottom one outwards almost past the ends of my eyebrows. I had a black shadow for the lids and a gray one that I used to smoke out the crease of my eye, and then much to my chagrin, I took off my red lips, although maybe I should have kept them. They did kind of match in this weird way. Anyway, with that I was done. And seriously, I couldn't stop laughing at myself because this makeup is so wild and out of character for me. My daughter busted in on me while I was filming, immediately knew who I was trying to cosplay, and said that I looked like I was ready to kill someone. So I guess it worked. I hope you guys enjoyed this somewhat eccentric hair idea today. I had a lot of fun putting this together, and it was a blast to wear this makeup. As always, I'll leave my social media links in the underbar, and I hope you'll throw me a thumbs up or leave a comment. I truly appreciate when you do, as I look forward to all your feedback. Until next time, have fun and keep braiding. Bye!